WLE community, what's up?
Hi guys, it's Sunday evening and we are Adam and Carrie Anderson. We are the co-founders of Whole Life Entrepreneurship, WLEmission.com. It is good to have you here with us. Hello, Karen. Adam, you have to do your wavy thing. Wave on the thing. Clearly, we're super good at technology. So, here we are. We survived. We have made it through our very first virtual summit. And
Yes.
Thank you so much to everybody who has interacted with us, who registered and went on and got to see all the magic and all the hard work we've been doing. And I'm just really super, super proud of this thing that we have made. Not just the summit, but everything that WLE is becoming as we kind of continue to evolve and work on what we think you guys need.
Yeah.
The only way that we know that is because we kind of have an idea of what we wish we needed,
Yes.
10 years ago. So if ever there is anything in particular that you can think of that you wish you had as a resource, please let us know. We've had some pretty interesting interactions where people have been a little surprised that we don't have a huge paywall anywhere, because guys, we really want to be able to just provide this service. I mean, that's been really, really important to us, is for us to be able to give it for as long as we possibly could. So the summit was launched last week. It was available to you for a whole week, free of charge.
Yeah.
Now, that being said, you can still access it if you want it. We have put it together in a nice little package. It has some extra goodies in there with it. We'll get more into what all of that looks like a little bit later. But we did want to kind of recenter a little bit and get back to what we as the co-founders of this beautiful monster really wanted this to be. So we, even in the last few weeks, we have really been honing in on our business values and goals and where we want to see this thing go, what we think we can do with it, how we think we can help, because what matters the most to us is that you guys get served in a most excellent way.
Yes.
Most excellent. Was that Bill and Ted?
It was. That's good. And depending on the age of the people watching, you may have no idea. Just Google it. Google Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, Most Excellent Montage, and see what you get.
So how do you feel about where we're going with some of this, and what you think the purpose of all this is after this really cool, most excellent experiment we did with the virtual summit?
Well, I'm looking back at the why of all this stuff, because sometimes when you're running your business, you're really caught up in the tactical execution of whatever's in front of you. And we've been boiling the ocean and counting all the sand, the grains of sand on the beach. And that level of detail is fantastic. You get a lot done. But sometimes you got to make sure that you're not executing yourself right off a cliff. Alexa, stop. Bam.
We had a child in this room.
And he was doing this.
We were timing how long he was doing his math. So clearly he skipped out of here early. But that's okay.
And that's the thing. He doesn't understand his why either.
He does not. That is very true.
Why am I doing this
Why am I doing math on a Sunday night?
Yeah. So,
anyway.
We kind of reflected back on what is our real calling. Why are we doing all this stuff? And we looked through our values, and we looked through the vision that we had for our family. And then basically we're practicing what we preached, right? And so we've gone through it, and it really gets back to we have such a calling to help people. And inside of that big mission, inside of that big thing, we niche down to how in the world can we help people?
Yeah.
And this is the thing that we know. We know relationships inside of entrepreneurship and what the struggles are and how to do the thing. And we can look at each other and say, we literally are the most authoritative, most excellent folks we know at this thing. And so let's share our message. And I gotta tell you, when we agreed on that, and when it kind of came full circle, the reason we're doing all this is because we're here to help, and because we have some insight that if we can share it to the right person at the right time, it could literally change their life. Fire up! It is revitalizing. When you can dig into why are you doing this business thing? Why am I with these people? What is the reason I'm doing all these things? It's fantastic because we talk about vision, value, goals. That's great. But if you have a vision, value, or goals, but you don't have this why, what's the purpose behind it? Are you living out your calling? Are you living out something that's purpose driven? You can be happy, I'm sure there's, but for us, it is really, really important to be purpose driven.
Yes. And
that's the fuel that keeps us going. And I also want to push back on something else you said.
It was not most excellent?
I mean, I was a beholder. I am in it to help people, but the reason I'm doing whole life entrepreneurship, it gives me an excuse and a reason to get up every single day and work on the most important relationship that I have. The one with myself. No, I'm joking. Her. That's the thing, is that I think of myself as someone who leads by example.
Right.
And the only way that I can feel authentically like I'm showing up for all of you guys is if I meet my needs and my family's needs and my business's needs, and then show you how I do it. Yeah,
no, I agree. Especially in light of the fact that very recently, Adam and I have been traveling a good bit. We are also looking at traveling even more. So my why is super important because everything that I do outside of this house takes me away from my kids.
Yep.
Now, are my kids fine? Sure. They're fine. They have grandparents here with them that they like better than they like us anyway.
That's an actual quote from today.
They just said, we just love it when Grammy's here. And I said, why? And they said, because she lets us eat whatever we want.
And because she's just laid back. And we have to do the chores, but she's really nice.
Yeah, which clearly we're not. But my point is, my kids are fine. My kids are thriving. They know that they're loved. We have really been very careful and put some things in place to really make sure that everything's getting handled.
Right.
Again, we have a fantastic team here at Casa de Anderson, and we could not do it without them.
A most excellent team.
A most excellent team. I'm never going to live that down.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Even so, I'm their mother. So every time I leave, I feel mama guilt. I know so many of you out there get what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm saying. Valerie, we've had this conversation. I know that you feel it. Every time we have to go, it means I'm not here with them. I'm not the one providing for their needs.
Yep.
Again, they are fine, but sometimes you just need your mom, even if you don't know you need your mom. So every time I leave this house, it has to be really justifiable.
Yep.
And digging into the why of every single trip, is every single trip that we're taking going to be benefiting the overall mission?
Yep. And
you feel some of that too. I don't mean to say it's just a mom thing.
No.
Because he leaves a lot
This
too.
mama guilt is contagious. I tell you what.
Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, what's up, Jackal? Hey, brah.
Hi, Mike.
So this mama guilt thing is contagious. When you get to the point where you can step away from the business a little bit and you can re-engage with your family and you can start healing things and you start doing all this stuff, I really, 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 I'm about to be gone for 3 weeks. Basically, October, Daddy is out. When I do come back, I land on a Friday and then I have to immediately leave on a Saturday. So even when I'm here, I barely even get to see them because they're asleep. And so I've had a lot of digging deep to find out, am I crafting the life that I want? And is this a necessary thing to do? And it used to be that I wanted to get on the plane and go. I wanted to be out in the action and all that. It's very interesting that I don't kind of draw a line between them anymore. What I really want to do is silence my phone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We're just a mess.
What I really want to do is take the family with me. I want to go on adventures with everybody. And so looking at our why, we want to help people, we want to help each other, we want to be healthy, we want to do this, we want to lead by example. And we both agree that we want to do it on scale. Mm-hmm. We're going to help as many people as possible. Mm-hmm. That's why we do a lot of this stuff online. But we also want to have meaningful conversations. And, I was very blessed. I was very lucky. I was super #blessed that I keep getting calls from people who are amazing entrepreneurs who are struggling with some of the stuff we're talking about. And it's really, really, really fulfilling to know that in any of these places we go, or any of these trips, I have stopped thinking, what am I going to get out of the trip? And I start thinking, I know I'm going to bump into somebody who needs to hear what we're saying.
Yeah.
And be open to that, and not go into these trips with expectations that I have to produce something to meet our why, but to understand the why is the thing that's driving the activity. So no matter what I do and how I do it, I'm still going to bring the best of all that stuff back.
Yeah, I think it also gives me as a blogger, I don't know how many of you actually read the blog. If you don't read the blog, by all
what
means.
is wrong with you? You know how hard she works, people?
I don't even care. Honestly, the blogging part is so cathartic for me. But I will honestly say to you that there have been tons of times that I have thought I shouldn't put that down on paper or in type. People shouldn't see that much of me. But I need for you to know that I am being real. So that means that I have to be a little bit raw and a little bit vulnerable, and sometimes that's uncomfortable. But I think that that's how we relate to people. Why are you laughing at me?
Because it starts off as uncomfortable, and after you get used to being vulnerable, you're like,
that's
what I have.
That's true. We're probably. I remember this time last year when we first started thinking about what it would look like to have WLE as an entity unto itself, and I was just like, I can't hang that out on the laundry line.
I'm going to use a really bad metaphor. And in the middle of this, you're going to be tempted to tell me to stop. I want you to... I just want you to let me get through this. And I would like to apologize to all the women out there. I've heard something from some ladies that after you've had a lot of babies, that you're just used to being poked and prodded and all this stuff. Like the first kid, you're like, ugh, but by the time you've had like, I don't know, a couple, you're like, whatever, get the thing out. So it's like the same thing with vulnerability. You're used to being vulnerable at this point. I believe
right.
that
I want to stop you so bad. I mean, like...
Am I wrong? Can you maybe...
Wrap it up. Where are you going?
Anyway, you'll get used to it. All these things that are hard right now, all these conversations that we're asking to have with each other, all these conversations we're asking to have with yourself, they are very, very difficult to get started, and they are very, very difficult to get going. But then after you do it a few times, you're like, man, what was I worried about? I feel so much better. I feel so good.
Yeah.
The fear of getting started and the fear of the unknown and the look, you could be suffering right now, but you know this suffering.
Yeah.
And asking you to move to the next thing is terrifying. And the same thing is with being vulnerable. When you're vulnerable and you put things out there on the line, you're saying, everybody come hit me. Everyone do the thing.
Yeah.
Man, no one cares. They're going to get some amazing things from your vulnerability.
Yes. But, like with so many things in my life, it has just been a matter of like, okay, well, here we go. I'm jumping.
Just jump.
I guess I'll just see what consequences come from this. And I am honest to goodness, I have gotten such positive feedback from people saying, "Oh my goodness, you said the thing that I never thought I could say out loud," or "You put exactly into words the thing that I have been experiencing and couldn't put my finger on." And so that, when you talk about your why, man, that's just really special. Talk about feeling fulfilled.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's just nothing better. And I mean, I want more.
Ha! Well, that's the whole purpose of Chill. The whole purpose of Chill is a lot of times we know what to do to make money. We know what to do to keep the kids alive. We know what to do the thing. What we don't know is why we're doing it and how to feel joy from it. And
how to do it most excellently.
Hey, look, you can keep saying the excellent thing as often as you want during this particular live, because I feel like I made a giant mistake with the whole pregnancy thing. So
well, we'll try and cover it up with my excellence, which is kind of our life story.
That was a fake laugh. It became a real one. So, the whole thing here is, we're going to wrap this up, right? So, your why is super important. Your purpose, your calling. And honestly, it kind of starts like this. Why? What do I want to do? Why do I want to do this thing? All right, I want to help people. Cool. My purpose is I want to help people because I want to make the thing a better place. I want to do really motivated for that. For me personally, I know you want to leave a world better than for your kids and your grandkids. I want to see things quicker than that. And then the calling is, how are we going to manifest that why? And we've decided that whole life entrepreneurship is the calling and the people that we want to manifest this why with. And so digging through all that, and by the way, you get some of this information from going through the exercises in the 3 C's. The whole purpose of Chill and community is to figure out what's going on in here and how do I need to engage out here. So highly suggest you guys check out some of the stuff we have. So we are going to be releasing a whole bunch of stuff soon to help walk you through all this. But right now, your next step, go get that bundle. There is so much cool stuff in there. We've got a workbook for you. We've got a copy of Carrie's book. We've got all these kind of things. We've got every single speaker you saw. You get a recording of them.
Yes. You can share them.
Yeah.
They're yours.
And also a bunch of handouts. Oh, by the way, Renee will be your best friend. He already said it. He's like, yeah, you know what? Anyone who buys the bundle, I'll be the best friend. And he said it. He said it allegedly. Maybe. He's going to someday.
But I do really like the 90-day guided workbook because it gets you into a good pattern. It gets you into a good habit of consistently tracking goals very, very simply. Now, I would love, and I'm going to start trying to pull something like this together. We're waving and we're there we go. I'm going to start trying to pull together some sort of workshop maybe with Trisha Harp, see if she'll maybe do some goal setting with us. I like for there to be options for you guys because, it's just like grocery stores. Some people like Publix. Some people like Bilo's. Some people want to go to Aldi. Yes. My point is I like for you guys to have some options. The one in this workbook is extremely simple, very, I don't want to use the words rudimentary, but it is so basic.
It's accessible. It's really accessible.
Yeah, I like that.
Thanks.
It's very, very easy to manage and to do together. So you really start getting a hold on where you are with your 3 C's, with your value, vision, and goals, and also your family business meeting. If you've never done that, if you don't know how to track that, here's a great place to start. We've been talking about this from the get-go. This was the thing that we did to apply business processes to our relationship and our family interactions here at home. What?
Can I make a call?
Sure. Are you going to talk about people having babies?
The first 25 people who get the bundle are also going to get our $497 online course.
Wow.
And that's just going to get included. Because the reason is that the workbook is fantastic.
I didn't see that coming, guys.
But I really feel like it's a 1-2 punch to have
Yeah.
Those 15-minute videos that explain the homework, that shows the thing.
Yeah.
And we really want you guys to get as much value as possible. So first 25 people who go and get that bundle, we're also going to we're going to include the online education as well.
That's awesome.
And this online education
That's
isn't
really cool.
Right? And by the way, this isn't something you watch from the beginning to the end. This is something that's a reference material. As you're journeying through, the reason you have these videos and you have these homework assignments and you have this booklet to help you is that life is busy. You may not be able to just power through everything. You're going to need to come back to it over and over again. And sometimes it really helps just to have a short video to check back in again and be like, what did they mean by, identity statement? And how do you really understand your major themes?
Yeah, I think when we're working in our businesses, just in the workplace, there's such an urgency. There's such if I don't do this, then it will fail, or I will get fired, or whatever. I think it's very, very easy. Too easy, really, for us to neglect our partners, for us to neglect our families, because we know we can screw up a lot, and they're still going to be there at the end of the day. But what we really would like to see is us to have a commitment, not just to maintaining our business lifestyle, but also really upping our game at home, in our relationships. That deserves just as much of our attention and energy as our business life does, if not more. We can't neglect it. We can't leave it to the wayside, because if you want to know why your business, because your family. Want to know your why? That's why, guys. They have to be tied together, and we have to have a really strong commitment to keeping them both strong.
The first person to get that tattooed anywhere on their body will get $1,000.
He's just giving away our stuff right and left tonight, guys.
Yes, if you want to know your why, it's because. Why the business? Because the family. That whole thing tattooed somewhere, $1,000. Gotta take a picture. I gotta verify by like a notary or something like that it is indeed the real thing and not some Photoshop thing. We'll get through it, but I'm talking $1,000 American for that to be tattooed.
If you go through the trouble of getting a temporary tattoo made out of that and putting it on your body,
25.
I think you should still get some cash.
25.
Some cash money.
25.
Anyway, how would you like to wrap this up tonight?
I think a song.
Let's not.
Hey Jamie, what's up?
Hi Jamie, we're waving. Let's not do that this time. Maybe next time.
No, well, so here's the thing. Call to action, check out the bundle. Right? There's a lot of great stuff there.
WLEmission.com/summit.
Yep. And also, remember, first 25 people who sign up, we're going to give some free education to. And I think the last thing I want to do is just give the Wojos a shout out. Wojos are going through our first coaching sessions to help us perfect the methodology and give us some really good feedback. And thank you.
You guys are the best anyway. We just love you guys. All right. Well, we hope you have a great week. Again, WLEmission.com/summit. Bye, guys.